Hey fam, welcome back to Paranormal Musings Podcast. It's been a few weeks, little hiatus. My fault, because I have a new job and I had some orientation to do for a month. Been super tired, but I'm back, and Cordell's been waiting for me, and he has every right to kick me in the forehead because he's waiting on me. But we are back and we have a special guest, Rich and Cody from CFL Paranormal. Um, Pleasure to have you folks on.
Welcome to
Uh,
the show.
definitely wanted to do this before a certain date. We can get into what I think this weekend coming up entails, but I'm happy that we got to do this before then. So, without further ado, we're going to let them tell their story, and myself and Cordell uh, may have some questions for them. And I hope everybody who's going to watch this enjoys the show. So, with that, Rich and Cody, floor is yours.
How's it going, man? Thanks for having us, guys. We appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah,
Appreciate you guys being here.
yeah, man. So we're a paranormal investigation group. We're here in Central Florida. We've been doing this for probably about 3 years now, full time. Actively doing investigations. I've been, I've had some experiences in my life with the paranormal, my whole entire life. Which would take a whole 10 other podcasts to describe, but and I've just been very interested in it, and I brought Cody here into it with me as well. He's my son, so he's getting into it, and
Right on.
some of the stuff that we have found so far has been pretty amazing, man. I can't say that when I first started investigating that I what I expected to find or see for that matter, and it's just been it's opened my eyes more to the paranormal world than I was before, so to speak. You know what I mean? I've seen some things that I can't really explain um, that are pretty amazing in the paranormal world. So if you guys have any questions for us, we like to travel a lot. Mainly, we haven't been out of the state as of yet. Like I said, we are still kind of relatively new, but we've been around Florida. We've been to St. Augustine quite a bit because there's quite a few places there to experience the old jail. Castillo de San Marcos, um, the lighthouse, the Dixie House. That sort of thing there. We've been to the Clewiston Inn down in Lake Okeechobee. We went there. Um,
Nice.
I think and not to mention one of the, as a matter of fact, one of the best pieces of evidence I've ever gotten was here, local in Melbourne, at a cemetery called the Georgiana. And what I got there was just still to this day one of the craziest pieces of evidence I ever got. Um, and I guess I can tell you about that. So there was a legend here in Melbourne, Florida. This lady in the 1930s, her name was Ethel Allen, and she was a quote unquote woman of the night. She used to frequent the tavern that was here in Rockledge called Ashley's of Rockledge now. But back in the day, it was Jack's Tavern. So she used to frequent that place. As a matter of fact, that was the last known place that she was actually seen the night before her disappearance. Well, in the coming days, they found her bludgeoned to death on the side of the Indian River riverbanks, burnt, throat cut, all that type of stuff. So I went to her gravesite because that's where the Georgiana cemetery. I went to her gravesite, and I wanted to know if any of this was true that was said about her. And you can see it. You can go to my Facebook page if you want. I don't have the audio with me now, but I asked her. I said, Ethel, they say that they found you on the riverbanks of the Indian River Lagoon. Is that true? And I got a clear response immediately. Says it is. And still to this day, one of the clearest voices I've got out of that box. immediately, speaking to me, and Cody was there, and he heard it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it was nuts.
So crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, just some of the stuff we get from these locations, and we've only just begun. I've got huge aspirations, man. You know what I mean? I want to go travel and see everything now.
Oh, yeah, brother.
and that's
Awesome.
it. Yeah.
So when you said Ashley's, that got me excited because I've been trying. I'm not gonna say I've been trying to get in there. The time before where I was trying to get, we couldn't make it happen, and I need to start again trying. And it's interesting because I heard you can go in the women's bathroom and there's something there, but I remember seeing something about outside. And I don't know if it was the parking lot or whatever, but it was a woman. And I wonder if that's what I'm hearing about the lady of the night. That like piques my interest like crazy right now because I really want to get in that place.
Yeah, I think you may be correct on that, Terry. I will. I know I've heard something like that as well. As her being outside. I know there's train tracks behind that building.
Yes.
So I think it had something to do with the train tracks out there. Is what was going on.
That's pretty awesome. That's got my interest like really peaked right now. When
it's funny because like I've been stalking them. I'm not stalking them, but I go in there to eat lunch and I talk to the bartenders. Hey, I want to do an investigation.
That's what I was gonna do. I was like, I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna sit on the balcony or whatever, the one that goes around or whatever. I'm gonna sit up there and I'm gonna talk to how many workers I can talk to try to get my butt in there.
Yeah,
that's funny.
They'll let you stay.
Like I ain't leaving until I can get in the bathroom.
Well,
I'm going to jail.
It was funny because I talked to the manager there, and she offered me to do an investigation.
Oh, really?
And for some reason, she offered it to me, but then the management traded hands, so now it's under new management.
Yes.
So I wasn't able to get in there.
Yeah.
I was.
I reached out through Facebook, and I didn't get an answer back, and I'm like, I got to go there because I'm one where I've heard people can't get in touch with anybody, whatever, and then you show up and you actually talk to somebody, and sometimes finagle your way in, So I wanted to do that, and I heard the food's not bad, so hey, it's a trip.
Yeah. Hey, I can vouch for the food. The food was great.
Yeah. Go there, have some good food, and hopefully be able to do an investigation one day. So
I didn't have my equipment with me, but I did, bring my phone recorder out and started recording and asking a few questions. I didn't get anything, but
Yeah, I saw a War Party went there. They were able to get in during business hours into right after business hours into the women's bathroom. But the video clip's not too long, maybe a couple minutes. But they were able to do a little something there. So I don't know how involved they got in it, but that was nice to see somebody getting in there.
Get in there, yeah.
But yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's full of history, man. I think a lot of these places that we all do, there's a lot of history that goes with all of it, and that's another part of the paranormal thing that intrigues me because you wouldn't necessarily know any of these things until you delve into the history of these buildings because you want to go there, armed with a little something and knowledge about these buildings.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna ask one more question, and then I'm gonna hand it over to Cordell because you guys got something in common with St. Augustine,
gotcha.
and let you guys go. But I think I remember you guys were able to. Oh, I think Cordell. That's funny. Good timing because he was about to time out there. He'll be back in a little bit, but you guys were able to get into the theater in Fort Pierce.
I can neither confirm nor deny that information. No.
Okay. So yeah, I never heard if you guys got in there or not.
Yeah, no. So we did, and it was an interesting investigation. There's a few people there. Not much activity.
Okay.
In the spots that were said to have a lot of the activity. However, we did get some interesting clips and things of. I got yelled at actually through the spirit box. I was doing the Estes method, and
Yep.
something came across and went rah! And I had so much so I had my headphones. I had to take them off.
Wow.
So something did that, and Cody.
I got called a dick twice. Like,
Yeah.
Cody the Dick.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's clear as day on the recorder, man. Clear as day, and it's like
crazy.
It's literally the same word, and it happens right after each other. It's I don't know how that could be.
That's awesome. He's like, Cody. He's like, I got called a dick.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. It's like on the recording, it's like it goes you because Cody was out. So Cody sat by himself in the out in the audience chairs or what have you, and he was just asking questions on their spirit box and recording it, obviously. And he said something about, do you like the performance or something? And it goes, you, dick. And I was like, what the heck?
Like, are you calling me one, or do you think that's my name? Like, what's that? I'm not Richard. Not Richard.
He's definitely talking during the intermission, man. You know that.
Yeah.
See, knowing me, I'd be like, don't talk dirty to me.
Yeah.
Be serious. Don't talk dirty to me. Be serious.
Yeah. That was funny, man.
That's awesome though that you got in there, because I mean, I moved to Florida in 2017, and there's a few places that I wanted to go to. The first one was May Stringer. Finally going to get to do it,
Yeah.
and then going into Fort Pierce, hanging out at whatever festival or whatever Saturday farmers market or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard of this place, driven by it. And I'm like, I need to get in there, but I heard they're like, dude, it's almost impossible. It's they're not into that, so it's like, one day, somebody will open it up to us, and charge a little bit. We'll pay it.
I mean,
yeah.
My buddy's the one who got us in there. Brian from Paranormal Adventures.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's the one.
Nice.
He and I actually collab a lot, man. We do a lot.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna.
I know that group. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's awesome, man. He's good people, man. We're doing that there, and we got a bunch of other stuff planned coming up real soon, man. We're going all over the place. So,
have you guys gotten to the tree lately?
Not lately. Well, we went there. What?
Well, you and Mom went
probably
4 months ago.
Yeah, maybe something like that. Maybe like 3 months ago we were down there. We went down there twice.
I know Indian River LLC. They just went down, I think, last week.
Mm-hmm.
I think he came down because he's up near
Vero.
Where at Cordell?
Vero.
In Vero.
Vero. Yeah. They were just there. I think they got like a 32-minute video on YouTube. I think they put out where they were just there. I still need to watch it, but I bookmarked it when I saw it out. He's pretty awesome.
He's a good dude. Real good dude.
Yeah,
really good dude.
I'm sorry.
What was it? Who was that again?
Indian River Hauntings LLC.
Indian River Hauntings LLC. Yeah. Are you talking about Larry?
Yeah.
Larry. Yeah.
So I have a story about Larry, actually.
Do tell.
So Cody and I went out to eat one night, and here in Palm Bay, we went to the Texas Roadhouse, and the Grant Historical Society had a booth set up in there, and I was like, oh look, Cody, they were talking about trains because it was the week before we went down to the Gold Coast Railroad Museum to go do our investigation.
Love that place.
And that was awesome, by the way. Just saying.
Yeah, we've been there.
Yeah, And so I start talking to this lady, and I was like, "Oh, it's cool. We'd like to come by, maybe do some volunteering because they moved the old train depot there too as well, next to the Grant House, the 1916 house, which I'm trying to get into that place as well." But we were talking to her, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm part of FBP, the FBPI or whatever they are, the Indian River Hauntings LLC." She's like, "You can talk to this guy, Larry." Well, I was like, "Okay," and she gave me his number. So I was like, "Let me call him." So I called him, and he came up in my contacts, and I was like, "Wait a minute, what? I know this guy?" And then I thought back. So I do. So my day job, I own an alarm company. I used to work on the alarms in the Indian River Charter High School down in Bureau, and he used to work there, and he was my liaison.
Yep. Yeah.
And I never put two and two together until he came with my contacts. We talked. As a matter of fact, we're meeting for lunch tomorrow at noon. Actually,
Nice.
Yeah. So,
Nice.
So it was just a funny story. I was like, "Wow, man, small world, So it's crazy."
Larry's pretty cool, man. I talked to that dude for like over an hour one day. Cordell hooked me up with his contact. I heard about him before from a lady that runs tours in Stewart, and she was like, "Yeah, you need to talk to Larry." And then Cordell hooked me up with, and I got his contacted together, and we talked forever. And then we had him on the show.
Yeah.
And Larry's awesome. Larry's awesome.
Dude.
Yeah. He's
Good,
cool, man.
good, really good dude. Really good dude.
He was good, man. When I worked with him during the day, he was awesome, man.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I like that dude. We got to get him back on.
Yeah,
he's got some story. He's got some places he can get people into.
Well, that's I'm hoping he can direct me in some ways locally here, So
yeah, because Larry he's a retired cop.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And he's got some awesome stories.
Like, he does.
The stuff he's seen, it's Larry's he's a rad dude.
Off, man.
Yeah.
You guys said you were at the tree recently, right? What kind of stuff did you guys experience there?
At the did you say the train?
Tree,
Devil's Tree. So we deployed, a few different devices, man. We had the REM pod out. We had the recorders going. I had my camera going. The REM pod seemed to be, going off just a little bit here and there. I think what really blew me away though when we were there was when I had my FXC, the spirit box going, is I walked into the bathrooms in there that are there, and I had it going with my headphones on, and when I walk in there, I hear "help me," and I was like, "Oh!" and a girl's voice.
Yeah.
The story on that place is, yeah. So
the women's bathroom, I think, is pretty on there, right?
Yeah. So it went hand in hand with the stories that I heard, and I thought that was pretty cool, and it was cool to be there, to experience that, and just to know that, all the trauma and experiences that were there, that people went through, was just absolutely crazy, man. So,
yeah, because I know when we went that one time, Terry, remember when the REM pod got pushed over?
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
We actually
and Cordell's gotten like a girl's name a few times. The same name, I think.
It wasn't a girl's name, it was a number.
The number, her age or something like that. It was something about a girl.
Terry and I were there doing a daytime investigation, and the number 14 kept coming up.
14. And you've gotten it a few times, I think. Like it's like different times, not like the same day. Like we went back, and you get the number. It's just weird,
One of the victims of Schaefer was actually a 14-year-old girl.
Yeah.
And the whole thing about that tree is like everyone's like, "Oh, he only killed a couple of girls." From what I've read, from what I've heard, between 180 and 110 are what he thinks, but he lost count of like how many he actually killed. And the more you read into it, it's disgusting.
Me personally, I believe it's on a lower end, but it's not. I don't believe it's like 5.
No, I definitely think it's on a higher end because that dude was insane.
I think it's like in the 20s or something, maybe like 30s, maybe.
Well, what I read about it was there was only 2 that he was convicted of, and it was then it was said that he was supposed to be like, I think 30 other victims that were buried in the same way, but never
between 11 to 33 is what he suggested, but nobody actually knows. And when he was
there's no telling, you know,
when he was talking
and if he's one of those guys too that wants clout or whatever, he's going to boost those numbers. And
I mean, he was right up there with Bundy and them.
Yeah.
There's the time that we went early in the morning, and Kara was saying that Schaefer was actually following her, like touching her, like her face and shit.
Right? I've heard it sound like somebody walking down that trail. I've heard that. All the stuff moving in the woods, the skeptic in me is going to be like, well, there's a thing called animals. And guess what? A lot of them come out at night. But you get some weird ones here and there, but
screaming. It's crazy. I've heard it.
What? You got to start over.
So there's this crazy thing. It's like when you're walking outside the woods late at night, you can hear screaming coming from inside the woods. I've heard it. That shit's heartbreaking.
I'll tell people. I've had buddies who've asked about it from out of state, and I'll tell them to be careful because that wooded area is surrounded by houses. And there could be kids yelling, or some drunk dude and his wife screaming match.
Well, when we were there, it was funny that you say that because there was some guy riding his bicycle, and he goes, "Oh, you guys are looking for ghosts? Well, you found one," and he like pedaled off, and I was like, "Well, that's like an omen or something."
Was it a really old guy on a bike with 3 wheels?
No, it's just it was like a mountain bike or something. He was trail riding.
That dude is nuts.
Yeah. Well, also too,
there's could be a lot of people doing stuff or not even doing stuff and don't even know, and then you hear it because you're surrounded by people there and animals in the woods, so it's real hard to decipher what's going on there. But there's so much stuff that goes on that you can't account for. You know something's going on there, and it's just like I have to decipher what's real and what's not.
Well, also something strange too that happened when we were there. That after having talked to that guy, we were walking down the trail, and I just happened to look down, and there was a picture of like a school girl or something, like a school picture of a girl, and my wife was with me, and we looked at it, and we're like, "Well, what is that? That's weird." And that was right after that guy had said that, and then pedaled off. So I don't know. It's crazy.
That would get me going. I'd be like, what?
It was weird, man, to say the least. I couldn't explain it, you know what I mean? And, when you do these investigations too, you have to worry about the living more than the dead sometimes.
Exactly. Somebody, because everybody around here knows about that place, and there's some idiots out there trying to scare people, or there could be some people like they want to do more than scare people. You never know. People are nuts. I mean, I've been there with a person who's possessed. That was hilarious. Sorry, Cordell. It wasn't Cordell.
All right.
But he knows the story. So possessed. That was awesome. A little inside joke there, but
I can sense that. Yeah, that's kind of.
I've never felt possessed there. I don't know. I've only known one person on the entire planet that I know it's been possessed, but pretty awesome though. I mean, if it happens, it happens.
Well, I mean,
what are you gonna? Who am I to say it didn't?
So you say you frequent St. Augustine a lot, right?
Yeah, that's it's close to us, So
it's a great historic city. all the places you've been, what was your favorite and why?
Oh, my favorite and why? Well, I'd have to say Cody. What do you think, man?
Well, in terms of evidence, I think my favorite would probably have to be the Gold Coast Railroad because.
He's talking about that St. Augustine.
Huh? Oh, we're talking about just St. Augustine in general.
Yes, yeah, where we went.
Oh.
To St. Augustine.
For St. Augustine, I think.
So we went to the Dixie House. We went to the Castillo de San Marcos, and we went to the Georgian. We did stay at the Georgian Inn while we were there, actually, which is also supposed to be haunted as well.
You guys did go to the jail though, too, right?
What's that?
The jail?
The jail, yes, we went to the jail. That was our favorite. That was our favorite. Yeah.
I think I saw a video from the jail or a couple of videos from the jail.
Yeah, that place is active.
That place is great.
Yes. Yeah, Cody had a good time there, man. He was
that was one of our better investigations.
Yeah, the REM pod was just going nuts, man. I put it on a prisoner's bed, and I put it up there, and it just went completely nuts, man. And Cody was under. We started off. I had it setting up there on the bed, and we started off doing an Estes method. And as soon as he started saying something, that thing started going off. It like first, tapped a little bit, but then it like really started going. So I walked over and kind of tapped him out of the Estes, and he's like, "Oh!" And then through the headphones, you hear more, and he goes, "More." And then the REM pod went absolutely crazier after that.
Wow.
And then if you look very, very closely at that video, if you look very closely, there's a white orb that shoots off of that bed, towards the sky.
Like off of it.
Yeah,
like right off the bed, you could see it go.
Yep, it just goes right
straight up,
right off the bed.
Dude,
yeah. That's interesting. That's interesting.
Crazy.
I know, man.
Say what?
That his video is crazy. Like what he's describing.
That's interesting. Because like you didn't get anything else coming off the bed, right? No other bubbles or anything.
No, that was it. You have to really pay attention to it because it's not plain as day.
And it went straight. That's pretty interesting.
You actually see it.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah,
because I'm a orb person that's like, you got to make me believe. But you see those ones where you're like, I dare anybody to say that it's not. You can't. You're not going to say it is, but you're not going to say it's not.
Right.
That's pretty interesting.
Exactly. So you've seen like the dust orbs and stuff too, and those are they're small and they're fast moving.
Yeah, which a lot of people confuse those with something all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All the time. And it's exciting, but
it's like everywhere.
All the time.
And sometimes you get like a glistening one, and that's like, oh, that's your thing.
Yeah.
Remember, Terry? And what I can't talk about?
What?
Remember the orb and where I can't fucking talk about? Where it goes right across the hallway in the women's section?
You're talking about you're talking about the jail. I can talk about it. I don't care. This is America. We can talk about whatever investigation we've been on. If somebody sees it, I really don't care.
What kind of jail are you talking? What jail?
We're grown ass people here, man. What are you afraid of? You brought it up, so I'm calling you. You brought it up. I was not going to bring up anything about that place, and even though it's awesome sauce.
Seen an orb that was unexplainable. That's all.
So we were at we were up in what's the town called?
Jasper.
That's where I'm going. I'll be there May 2nd.
The old
jail.
Yes.
Jasper. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, Jasper. Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That place is active.
Is it?
That place is active. It is active. The best evidence we got was during the daytime, which was ridiculous.
Really?
And I'm talking evidence, like craziness. Everybody's mouths are on the floor watching us like, what?
Evidence you will ever fucking see.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It was cool. Apparently, Cordell's not allowed to talk about certain stuff. I've never heard of such nonsense in my life in America. Well, until this year. But hey,
Oh,
I'm
Lord.
going to talk about whatever the hell I want to
Yeah.
because I am a grown ass 47-year-old man, not somebody's son. So I'll talk about what I want to
There you
on
go.
my show. On my show. So if we want to talk about Jasper and what happened, I'll tell you everything.
Yeah. So we're going there on May 2nd. We're going to be there for the whole weekend. Again, that's going to be with my buddy Brian from Paranormal Adventures. He's got the place.
Brian Kramer, right? Is
Yeah.
that Brian Kramer?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's the reason I'm going.
Yeah.
Oh, so did you link up with Brian to go this weekend to May Stringer?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I got in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
With Brian, yeah.
For Jasper, the spirits love music.
They
You
do.
want interaction? Music. Like
Music.
1920s, 1930s, some Billie Holiday. Play that
Billie
jazz stuff.
What else? There was something else, Cordell. You found out about what they like too. The music and well, maybe you were just asking questions while you had the music going. I think it was you were asking questions when the music was going.
Yeah. Duly noted, because I will be playing some music when we're there. Then.
Oh, there's a book there.
Yeah. There's a book
that you can read.
That
Yeah.
Everybody who's ever been there, they leave little like notes or what their team's been, and they'll write little notes. So
yeah,
definitely
what's worked and all that. Yep.
Read that. It is imperative.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah. We'll do. Yeah, we're going to be there for the whole weekend, so I would imagine,
Are you staying inside or somewhere else?
No, we're staying at an Airbnb off the property.
Okay.
Lame.
Somebody
Yeah. Well,
decided to try to stay in.
I very well may stay one night. He said.
Well, if you're gonna stay, I'm sorry, Cody, but you have to sit in the women's cell. You gotta overnight. You gotta.
You're gonna get evidence.
I'm down.
Yeah. Well, he loves to do solos, man. So he's.
I'm doing this from someone who did it himself, and if you want good evidence, you want a great reaction, you can sleep in the women's cell. Bring a blanket. It is cold.
Yes, that was. Somebody tried to call me, and I was almost asleep, and then I heard doors opening and closing, and I'm like, "What?" We were sleeping in the cars outside. Somebody decided to try to sleep in the women's cell.
I was
delegating. Hey man, awesome! Took one for the team, and I'm like, "What the hell is going on?" And then I'm hearing about what happened, and it was like, okay, and we're sitting there talking, and it happened, and we all looked at each other. It's like, what the F was that? And this certain person goes, I told you so.
No, I said, I told you, motherfuckers.
It's like, holy shit. It happened. And we got it.
On 3 separate
We got it. Yes, we got it.
So
that
was it
awesome.
Like something that was supposed to happen that you guys experienced through there? Or
if you're not expecting a woman to scream,
really? Oh my god.
We were not expecting that. And it happened. It happened. And I heard about it before, but it happened.
Wow.
And it happened to him. And then when we went in, it happened to all of us. Wow. And it was like 2 a.m. It was like, I think the investigation's over for tonight. We'll start again tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Imagine 5 grown-ass adults sleeping in the
And it didn't help that the coyote over in the woods across the street was just losing his mind. It was like this place, but no, that place is very active.
Very active, yeah.
Like daytime stuff is just like, did that just happen? Did we just get that? Like film, audio, did we just get that?
Yeah.
Like right there. that place is awesome. I like that
There
place.
won't be a
It's awesome.
moment.
You should have a good time. Everybody I've talked to that's been there is something's happened.
Yeah.
Sometimes small, sometimes large.
But
Something's happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think anything was malicious there at all.
No.
It was just active.
Yeah.
There may have been one, we don't know, because somebody was saying help me. And then Cordell saw and then it came in,
about that.
and
that
we
was
don't know. We
Terry.
don't know.
Terry.
Yeah. Yes. There's a video. There's a funny video of a certain person. Let me get my finger. There it is. There's a certain person in the video. That's hilarious when they look up and then it goes.
Oh God.
Comes over their eyes. The sheet comes over the eyes.
They're a good win.
All right, and where can we find this video?
They saw something they didn't expect to see.
When it's out, eventually.
Okay. We'll look forward to that.
It's a fun spot, dude. That town's dead. There's nothing there really.
Yeah, no.
But
one of the abandoned places, there's a barn across the street that's actually pretty dope.
Yeah, the old rundown barn. Yeah.
Watch your step.
They said you can investigate it. I forget her name. She said you can investigate it, but
I've been up there.
The floor is like gone.
Yeah. We were
when the hurricane came in, it messed it all up. Yeah.
We were talking about so I guess there's a battlefield that's close to there or on the way there.
Oh, really? Really?
That we were going to stop at there.
Nice.
Or I guess Ellaville is not too far away from there as well. That ghost town, the town. So
nice.
We were thinking about maybe going. We don't know. We're not sure yet. But
there's a bridge that's like all graffiti. Like
I wish we had did that. The second day after what we encountered, because after that it was just like quiet as hell. I wish we had did that and then came, before we went back in there at night.
Yeah.
Do something like that.
Damn.
That'd have been cool.
Yeah.
But, have you guys been to Maystringer before?
Yes, I've been there twice already.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I'm slacking.
We love that place, man. It's awesome. Usually
that is the first place I had Phelan Paranormal was the first team I heard of coming down here, and then that place was the first place I heard of was the Maystringer. I got down in Florida in 2017, and I've been wanting to go to that place since, and I'm finally getting a chance to go, having the time off to go, and so it'd be my first time. I've read and watched everything about this place. I know about the graveyard outside. There's no bodies there.
No.
But I heard they're real gravestones.
They are.
I heard that.
Yeah.
But the bodies aren't there, and they may not know where the bodies are actually located.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a haunting waiting to happen.
But just moving the markers alone, the markers belong to those individuals. So you could have some residue on there. I'm sure you do.
Oh, absolutely, man.
Yeah. What's his name up in the attic? What's his name?
That's Gary.
Gary. Yeah, Gary's something else. I heard.
Gary likes to curse a lot.
Yes. Yeah.
First time we were there, he told us to fuck off. Yeah.
I mean, if you were in my end,
sounds like
the same thing.
Right.
Sounds like
exactly.
the Gary I heard of.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I can't wait to get up there in the attic. The kitchen I want to do because I've seen. I actually talked to Brooksville.
Yeah,
they do it. So I did the railroad, the old rail station there, and I met the guy, and I was telling him, I was like, yeah, I remember this video of somebody standing there and they didn't see the cabinets opening or whatever, and he goes, you saw that? And I was like, yeah. He goes, yeah, that was us. And I was like, oh shit, that was you.
yeah.
But I was like, nobody ever talks about the kitchen. The kitchen's active. I was like,
yeah,
that place is so active. It's like You got to get upstairs, but the whole place.
The whole place
You know?
is. Yeah. It's always something different. It's all whenever we go there, it's always something different. That's what I like about it. It's never the same. I think that goes for every place, really. I mean,
yeah.
You know,
I can't wait. Bro. Yeah. I've been waiting for this for a few years. I cannot wait.
First time we went there, it was the tripwire. You know, that was going crazy. And then the second time we were there,
wow.
we got lots of voices and EVPs, and then
so you have a tripwire? You have a tripwire?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh wow, you like that?
I have an addiction to ghost hunting equipment. I'm just gonna raise my hand.
Yeah. I have behind me. You can't see it because I got my stupid screen thing there. Yeah. I have a lot of equipment in my room, and there's a lot of equipment that hasn't been touched in years.
Yeah.
I have. It's like Cordell has probably seen an eighth of what I have, and that's why like Cordell, there's a lot of times I'll be like, well, yeah, I don't think that works. I've used it. Somebody else has used it on the team I've been, hanging out with. Yeah. I have so much equipment.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna see all my cases this weekend, buddy. You'll see what.
There you go.
I'm bringing all my stationary cameras. To set up different parts of the house because I do own an alarm company during the day, so I have access to all the cameras and stuff. So I just bring them, And
so I need to talk to you because I need to talk to you on the side because I have an old Cordell's seen it.
Your camera system.
Yeah, my recording system I have, but it's from like.
It's from 1873. I think.
Yeah, it's like Cordell's computer. His computer and microphone. That's what it's like.
Yeah, no worries, man. Just let me know. I'll take care of you, brother. No worries.
But yeah, I'm looking for something new.
Yeah,
gotcha. And I just want to make sure I'm looking at the right things.
Yeah,
I'm not. I have a lot of tech. I'm not a tech head. I just have a lot of stuff, But that thing's pretty old, and I mean, shit. We were in Jasper, the cameras just started going out from the cold.
Froze over, all the fog, they stick.
Yeah, it was like, but they're so old. It's like, these things have been, like a lady of the night.
Yeah.
Oh. Terry, you're killing me, man.
I'm just bringing up what was brought up before.
That's right. Tonight. That's it. So I'm looking forward to it, man. For sure, this weekend's gonna be fun.
Right on.
Yeah, definitely.
We stay in the bed and breakfast that's right across the street from it, and and
is that haunted? Is that place haunted?
Man, I've done a little bit of investigating there. I didn't want to necessarily bring anything in there because the lady's a sweetheart that runs it. So I was like, maybe I shouldn't, but I can tell you that I did get a few voices on the.
So I still need to get a place to stay, and I'm trying to figure out where to stay. And bed and breakfasts are awesome.
Yeah. There's 4 of us that are staying there already, and it's called the Dolan House. If you look it up,
Dolan House,
Dolan, D-O-L-A-N, the Dolan House. It's right across the street. It's old. It's just as old as May Stringer House, and it's just as creepy looking, actually. So,
is it a bed and breakfast then? If it's haunted,
a dead and breakfast.
Dead and breakfast.
I like it.
Do me a favor. Send me a message if you can remember the name of that place, so I don't forget it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And because I'm gonna need a place to stay, and I think I stayed when I went to the railroad. I stayed in a Motel 6. Never again. Never again. That place sucked. I was like, you know what? I'll spend $300 a night and never to stay in that place again.
Yeah.
Nobody likes Motel 6, anyways.
It was funny. The first time I stayed in one. Yeah. We were there the first time, man, and there was this older guy that showed up there, and he was by himself, and he went up in the attic where Gary was at, and all of a sudden he come running down the stairs, ran out of the house, and he says, "I'm not staying here, guys. I'm not taking it." And he goes, so I think Brian can tell you the story a little better because he actually like intercepted him as he was running out the door or whatever. But something happened to him up there that sent a grown ass man running out of that building and not to return. So
we must have really
That's awesome.
off.
My type of place. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got a question. Do you guys ever do out of state investigations? You guys go out of state?
So we're working on that at the moment.
Okay.
We definitely want to do that. We've been exploring the possibilities, you know.
It is.
Have you been to Savannah?
I haven't, but I've been told good things about Savannah. Yes.
Yes, I can tell you very good. So if you ever decide to go to Savannah, let me know. I'll link you up with somebody.
Okay.
Well, I'll link you up with a couple people. I'll link you up with a couple people. And that way you can get the best out of Savannah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Best. They are. We have had them on the show before, and they are wonderful.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's one of them. And then I have an actual buddy I've known for a few years who has grown up there, and he used to be on the team there.
Mm-hmm.
He moved back after getting out of the military. He moved back, and he's doing EMS there again. And actually, I'm going to have him. So it won't be the Paranormal Musings podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So I have Jeremy from Beyond the Badge Paranormal.
Jeremy,
and then we're gonna have my buddy there because we're all EMS guys.
All right.
And we're gonna have a little spin-off. Don't know if it's gonna be like a mini shows or whatever, but we're gonna have a little spin-off of about just paranormal, EMS personnel dealing with paranormal and all that.
Yeah,
it's a little spin-off deal. But my buddy from there is going to be on it, and he's got some cool stuff. He knows everybody, like all the managers and the bars and pubs and all that.
Oh, wow.
And on it ones, he knows them all.
That's cool.
So,
that's cool.
Let me know
that, man.
if you ever go there. Let me know.
Yeah. We're I've been eyeballing all the quote unquote landmarks for the paranormal. You know what I mean? Sally House, Waverly Hills, that type.
I've never been to those. Sally, I'd love to go to Sally. Man,
it's in Kansas.
I'd love to go to Waverly Hills. That place is awesome.
Love to go to that place.
Yeah. Well, I was a little late in booking it this year because you have to book it, because it goes quick. So,
where's the other one? The Villisca. I'd like to go to the Villisca.
I'd
like to go to that one.
I think right now the Villisca Axmer house is having a little issue with something.
Yes, they're having something going on. I'm a paranormal nerd, so I'm on YouTube, listening to the T all the time.
Yeah, that's great.
And they have something going on right now. There's another place too that has something going on, but hopefully they figure it out. Hopefully they don't turn into the Conjuring house.
I was just about to say Conjuring. Man.
Yeah. Hopefully they don't turn into that place, dude. She's out of her noodle. And I mean, it's funny, but it's a shame because she actually is and she's admitted it. She has a problem.
Yeah.
And I think there's one thing going on where somebody, they talk shit about her, and then the lady, I think, saw an opportunity or thought she saw an opportunity and tried to latch onto her.
Yeah.
But good old Jason Hawes was not having it.
Yeah, he seems to be.
And she was out it. She was out it, and which is good. It's good because the lady has some issues and all that stuff. But for this other person, who's a personality on YouTube, to talk mad shit about this lady and then see a money grab and try to latch on, I'm glad that Jason let that out.
Yeah.
So if that lady's watching, I don't care. The lady, I'm mad at the lady who owns it, but you using her makes me even more mad.
Yeah. I mean, that place is iconic, man. It's iconic, and it had so much to offer everybody, and it's like it's just like
there's a few people who want to buy it. But she's not selling. The last I heard, So I'm a month behind on it now because I just had enough. I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So I'm a month behind now, but there were a few people who said they would purchase it, and I hope one day she just lets it go.
I wonder why no
Or,
one
or,
bought the Indigo
or
house
don't let it
yet.
go. Don't let it go. Get a partner.
Yeah.
Get a partner that's not going to use you. A partner is going to be good with you. Clean the place up. Make sure you do what the fire wants you to do, the city wants you to do, police wants you to do. Have somebody to help you because she's already admitted she knows she has a mental issue and it's real. Mental issues are real.
Yeah.
And if there can be somebody to help her out and a real person help her out, that'd be amazing. And that way she doesn't lose the place and we don't lose the place.
Right. Correct. I was gonna say that. It's a win-win for
Yeah.
everybody. You know.
It's a win-win for everybody. Somebody helps her out. They're there for the real thing. And I wouldn't want to see her get used
Yeah.
because there's people out there that would do that.
Yeah.
That would use her. And then everybody's just going to blame her anyway, even though everybody in the world knows she actually has a problem.
That Megan's just gonna buy
That's
the
not
house.
her fault. That's not her fault. It's she hasn't a problem.
Yeah.
And hopefully snakes don't get hold of her, but real people and it'd be a shame for that place to go away.
Yeah.
I think Andrea Perrin would just be like, "What the hell?"
You're rolling over in the grave. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's like just it'd be a shame if that place went away. So, but
Yeah, that was on my radar before all that happened. So I was.
Yeah. I wish I had the money. I'd purchase it.
Yeah.
I'd have to have a manager up there because the last time I was up north was in Connecticut, and that was 2015. That storm. I'll never go back. But it better be summer and mosquitoes the size of baseballs, or I ain't going back. The winters are, oh my god, bro. Harsh.
I got a question for the both of you, actually.
Yeah.
So you guys said you've been together for 3 years investigating around. Yep.
Roughly, yeah, somewhere around there.
What is the scariest moment of your investigative timeline for both of you?
What's your scariest moment?
It's taking me a while to think. I mean,
that's a good one. That's a good question. I like that.
I wouldn't really say getting called a dick is scary, but I mean, in the wrong context, something could have been like, "You're a dick." It could have been trying to I don't know, attack me. I mean, you got at the same place.
That was actually, bro. You're good.
Yeah, man. I gotta be honest. I get nervous on every investigation. You know what I mean? But I think
that comes with the territory.
I do. But I think, oh man, God, it's hard to say. It's hard to say, man. I don't know. Scariest. I think honestly, I think it probably had to be the first time I went to May Stringer House. Honestly, we were up there. We were chatting with either Gary or John May, and the room just went. I felt like a static charge around the area, and my wife was standing there, and she felt like a static charge go rushing through her so much so she started shivering a little bit. And she's like, "Oh, I feel like energy or something." And I was like, "Holy crap, man!" So that kind of scared the shit out of me, really. I can't say that besides that physical experience, I've really felt anything else that physical when I've been doing investigating. It's always like the technical side of it or the EVPs or something, but for that static to be around me at that point in time was like the most unnerving thing for me, So,
So May Stringer.
Mm-hmm.
When you go there, so the guy from Brooksville, he said he's going to be there when I talked to him. You got to ask him about his family's history. I'll
Okay.
just leave it at that. You're going to learn about the train, and you're going to learn a little bit about May Stringer, which he didn't know about until maybe a year ago. I might be off a year or two,
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
but that's what really got him excited about some stuff. But just if you get a chance on the side, talk to him about some history, family history.
Family
It
history.
was pretty cool to learn what he learned just from volunteering.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. It blew his mind, and when he said it, I was like, "Wow, my mind's blown," because that would be amazing if I had
Yeah.
anything like that.
Yeah. Well,
But yeah,
yeah, I don't doubt it because there's a lot of stuff that remains unsaid about all
Yeah.
these places that we have no idea about. So
yeah,
Stuff gets lost during history all the time,
yeah,
and it takes hundreds of years to finally uncover. Sometimes you don't even
Yeah.
get that.
yeah,
That's the sad fact about it.
yeah.
So
And
I
then
just
twist it and-
I just remember the name of the opera. Heard Opera House. Have you been there?
I have not. Where's that
Yeah.
at?
If you ever get a chance, check that out. That's I was about to say 2 hours, but that's from me down in Port St. Lucie.
Yeah.
But it's central, south south central. South Central Florida. um I'm going to actually, just so I can give you the town, I'm going to look it up real quick
No worries.
because I cannot remember the name of the town. And I know they had a Paracon there last year,
Yeah.
which hopefully they do another one.
Was that Stewart?
What was it called?
Stewart, maybe? I don't know.
No, it's definitely not in Stewart. That's the
No.
lyric that
No,
you're thinking of.
Arcadia.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Even in
Yeah, they last year, right before the hurricane, with all the tornadoes that came through,
Yeah. Yeah.
they had a small Paracon there. I don't know if Phelan was part of that or whatever, but Herd Opera House in Arcadia is a pretty cool spot,
Okay.
and all the spirits are nice, and they'll tell you up front they don't want any yelling, screaming, and all that stuff. What do they call that?
keep it civil. That's a public disturbance.
No. What do they call it in the paranormal world?
Noise pollution.
Challenge. You're always
Oh,
challenging the
provoking.
spirit.
Provoking. Yeah.
Yeah,
Provoking.
they don't. They're not. They're
No
like
provoking,
none. Yeah, they're like none of that will happen here. Which I don't like it either. But
Yeah. I don't. That's not even in my repertoire of
yeah,
things I do.
they'll tell you up front. They're like, these spirits are nice. Please do not do that.
You provoke me out of here.
There's no bad vibes there. I know that. When I was there, I didn't get any bad vibes.
Yeah.
Maybe there is. Who knows? But I didn't get any, and they don't want any. they investigate that place constantly because they're right there in town, and so they're there constantly. So they're a wealth of knowledge for that place. But if you ever get a chance, Heard Opera House,
Bird Opera House.
Acadia. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have the chance.
Yeah.
At Gold Coast Realm Museum. God, I just butchered that so bad. Gold Coast Railroad Museum.
Yes.
You did good.
Did you guys ever go into the models section?
The model section.
Yeah.
So we
big room, all these models of trains and shit.
Yeah.
I don't think we did actually.
Oh my
We
God.
went to the maintenance shack there. We went there in the back. Is that maybe that's not it? I don't know.
So if you go to the back, so you got all the cars up front.
Yeah.
And if you're facing the cars to the right, it leads back, and there's a building back there,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where the model place is. They have all the model railroads in there.
Yeah.
We were able to get in there. The
Yeah,
guy
I
took us
don't
in
think
there.
I got
Yeah.
some grade A EVPs there. If you guys ever go
Yeah.
back, definitely check that out.
Yeah.
That was a cool spot.
Yeah,
Guys,
I was in there by myself for like a good 20 minutes. I know Chris, who works there, he left his EVP recorder going.
mhm.
I got bored. I got a lot of talking.
Wow.
I don't know if you guys heard it when Chris was replaying it. I asked about the piano playing. All it says is that wasn't me.
No. Wow.
Say that again.
About the piano. Remember how in the beginning
Yep.
I eavesdropped conversations because I'm a little
Yep.
special head.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do.
And they're talking about a piano playing by itself. So I'm like, is that you that I heard about playing the piano? And just that spirit's just like, that wasn't me.
Wow. Yeah. That's crazy.
Like, I'm telling
Yeah.
you, check out that spot because it is super hot.
That's a cool spot.
Yeah, the Zephyr car that's there is leaving in 2 months. It's going to California. They sold it.
They did sell it?
Yeah, they sold it. Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
called?
The Zephyr car.
Remember? Yeah,
It's
the one with
it's
the
the
weird
two-story
bubble.
one with the bubble.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's got, yeah.
Along with the red tops? Oh,
Because the crew there used to hang out there inside there,
Yeah.
and then they stopped because there was they were getting weird stuff in there.
yeah.
But I know I think Chris was saying that they were hoping they wouldn't sell it,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
they
they
sold
did.
it.
They
Oh
sold it.
man,
Yeah, it's
The
going
one-
to California, man.
The
Damn.
one train, the silver one,
Yeah, the silver one.
that
Yeah.
one gave me such weird vibes sitting in that car, like almost anxiety attack levels of weird.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's quiet, it's stiff, it's hot,
Mhm.
and just, you can hear your blood. That's how eerily quiet it is.
Yeah.
yeah, it was cool. For me, it was cool. Just like the history of the place.
Yeah.
I didn't experience much there at all.
The presidential.
There was one thing, like it wasn't within the cars. It was just under that. I don't want to call it a building, whatever it is the cars are under.
Yeah.
But when I saw that black shape, it was huge.
Oh,
flying.
the rail station.
Yeah, and it was flying. Like
Yeah.
it like shot up,
Really?
and I was like, "Hey, do you guys have like buzzards in here or something?" And they're like, "We have bats." And I'm like, "That's not a bat." Like that was huge. It's like it's not a bat. But you know, when I caught it, I was like, "What?" And it went up, but I didn't see it again.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, maybe it's like a buzzard or something."
Oh, you know,
I was like, "Hey, you
shadow
guys
at the very
got
end
like
of the station.
buzzards or animals in here that fly around?" "Oh, we got bats." And that's not a bat, man. We don't have fruit bats in Florida that big. If we do have them,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
not that big.
like Cordell said, man, the presidential train for us, Cody, that was pretty
Yeah.
active, man. Yeah.
We spent a lot of time in there, I think.
Yeah, because we learned that, you know, there's a spirit in there who was shot, and I think his name was like Bud or something like that.
Yeah.
It's been so long, but yeah, it sucks because like I'm trying to use my phone, and I got no service in or out.
Yeah.
How under that thing is.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking just this. Well, the very first investigation we did there, when we were in there, the REM pods on one specific spot on the dining table, kind of like when you first walk in, if you walk right to the left, it's like we had 3 different devices there. We had the K2, we had another version of an EMF meter, and then we had like the oh god, what's the name of it? The millimeter with the REM attached to it.
Yeah.
And, all 3 of those were going off, and we were getting readings all at once. And we heard something come over to the spirit box, and my buddy Brian was there with me, and he asked, "Well, thank you for talking to us, you know, but can we know your name, you know, so we know who we're talking to?" And Elizabeth came over. It's clear as day, Elizabeth, and we're all like, "Oh, hey, Elizabeth, how you doing?" Kind of thing like that. So, yeah, I don't, it was pretty busy that time. And this time when we were there, same place. I was sitting in a chair, and again, this video is also on my Facebook page. You can check it out. And it's I'm sitting there. I'm like, well, why don't you come sit down with us? And somebody says, "You're in my seat." Over the
Seat
so,
taken.
Yeah, like, oh, sorry, but we didn't catch it right till after we left, because that's usually the way it goes. You don't
That's
know
how it goes.
Yeah, man, it's like, yeah, that's awesome. That place
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Right on, brother.
yeah, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, so we know May Stringer's coming up.
Yeah.
Before we get out of here, if you want to elaborate or whatever, what's coming up? I mean, you don't have to say specifics or anything, but what's coming up for CFL Paranormal? What do you guys have in store for the future, or what you'd like to do in the future? So
we're going to be doing some more investigations. We got some more, video to come. Cordell, actually, I wanted to pick your brain because I from what I can tell you, are you a video guy? Are you a video guy? Okay.
Yeah.
I have questions for you, after the show, sir. But we're going to be doing a lot more investigations. So we got May Stringer coming up. And then the 25th of April, we're doing a private investigation where there's somebody's having some issues at their home. So my wife and her friend are actually, my wife she's training to be a Quechua shaman, and her friend is an actual practicing shaman. So we're bringing them. They're going to clear the house, obviously the night we go, and so we're doing that. That's in Chiefland, Florida. Then we're going to go to the Jasper jail after that, and then I think we're going to. Yeah, where was it? There's another jail that we're going to be doing, but when those details aren't locked down yet. So, but we've got a lot of things coming up, man. There's definitely going to be some more stuff, some more evidence to go through and sift through. And I'm excited, man. Cody's excited here too, right, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cody's excited. Cody enjoys himself, man. I just got him. I got him into this. And,
yeah. I'm always excited.
As long as they don't keep calling him names.
Yeah. I mean, you've been watching like shows like Ghost Adventures since I was like 5 years old, so it's almost like I'm used to it.
You were born into the craft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They will investigate that heavily.
Hey, tell them what you said to me the other day when we were driving down the street and you saw that father and son playing baseball.
Oh, so I see a father and son playing baseball, and I go, I think I was like, look at them, so basic. They're not. They're normal. They're a normal father and son playing catch with a ball.
But here we're going doing paranormal investigations.
If it makes you feel any better, Cody, I'm gonna do the same thing to my son.
Yeah, man.
Hey, they're not cool.
Yeah, we are the cool.
They're not.
We're the cool.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, they're not as cool as you. That's awesome.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
They're so normal.
Yeah.
You know what though? We're not normal people.
No.
We're definitely not this community. We're not normal people. We're which I love it. It's we go out there and search for stuff.
We're all a bunch of weirdos, mister.
No.
Hey.
Well, that's the thing too, man,
Yeah.
When you said what the plans for us, we want to meet some more people, and get involved in the community and do some things with some people, and just it's nice to actually have some people around you that are into the same thing,
like mine.
Swap stories and all that kind of thing. So yeah, man,
that's awesome. What I love. That's what I love about the podcast. When I remember we first launched it on Facebook, just the amount of people that hit us up. They're friends of the page now. We follow them. They follow us. And it's just like, there's all these people out there. We got people in Europe. We're trying to plan something where they can get on the show, because of the time frame and all that, the time zones and all that. But it's like, it's awesome. Like, all these different people out there And I've been on the Haunted Florida and other ghost pages or whatever, and they're out there, and you correspond with them. But just doing this, get to correspond more, have people on. I've
And
been
you
on
get to know them on a
another
daily basis.
podcast.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, and
Awesome.
getting to know people, and like that's how I found you guys because
Yeah.
of the internet. And it's like,
Mhm.
oh, you guys are in Florida, aren't you? It's like,
Yeah,
you guys are like right up the road, really. It's like an
Exactly.
hour or whatever, but you're right up the road. So
Yeah.
it's like that's pretty awesome. Love it. Love it.
Me too, man. Yeah, it's awesome. I look forward to doing some more stuff with you guys for sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely. Can't wait to meet you guys in person.
Yes, sir.
Saturday,
Yeah.
and should be a good time. I have finally hit the place I've been trying to hit for the last few years. I'm so excited about it. I'm so happy about it. Yeah, May Stringer. Can't wait.
Yeah. Come on, bud.
Cannot wait.
Yeah, man. So I'll shoot you the name again of that bed and breakfast.
Yeah.
I don't
Yes,
know.
definitely. Please, yeah. And
All right.
I mean, even if I don't get a room there, I'll link up with you when we get there, and we maybe catch a meal or something before we get into it, and whatever.
Yeah, it works for me, brother.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
because the next morning, once I wake up, I'm back on the road coming home.
Yeah.
So I can get some actual rest, because Monday the ER is calling, and we got some work to do. It's nonstop there, so we get home as early as possible. But yeah, definitely
All right, man.
should be a good time. But
Awesome.
all right, hey Cordell, you got anything else before we take off?
We thank you guys once again for being on the podcast with us. We'd like to thank our viewers, if you exist or not, out there watching. And I just have one thing from the bottom of my heart. Y'all stay spooky.
Yeah. We will.
All right,
guys.
that is it for the show today. Got some other members on the docket trying to work out some stuff, and hopefully we can come back strong again. But hey, happy hunting, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the show.